Hello, I'm going to do the Capricorn daily energy, and this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take what does. If it does not, leave what does not. So this is a timeless reading, so it's for whenever you feel drawn to hear this message. All right, we have the Three of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, Five of Cups, Two of Pentacles, the Lovers, Eight of Swords, Queen of Swords, Sun card, and King of Wands for overall energy. So this is sort of your current energy. This is what you're dealing with right now, and this is future energies that are coming in for you. So for overall energy, we have the King of Wands, and he's sitting on his throne here, and he is thinking about things. He's thinking things over. He's mulling things over. He's thinking before he takes action. All right. King of Wands is about taking action, but it's also about he's sort of sitting there thinking things through first before he does anything. He's also someone who is very wise. So I feel that we have the Three of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, the Five of Cups, and Two of Pentacles. I feel that you are ready to do something, but you're not quite there. You know that there's something that you have to do. There's something that you have to get past. There's something that you have to move forward from, but it's something that you have to put a lot of work into. You have to be in that mind frame of work. It could have to do with work. It could have to do with your job. It could also be about balancing different areas of your life. You're kind of like, maybe right now you're feeling overwhelmed and you're like, oh, I've got so much going on. I don't have that balance within my life. I need to balance my personal life and my professional life, or, you know, time I'm spending with my family, time I'm spending with my work, or time that I'm doing things for myself. Maybe it's, you know, whatever that balance is. And I feel like you're kind of at this crossroads. You're like, okay, what do I really do to get through this? How am I going to get through this? How am I going to get past this? And I feel like maybe you're feeling like you're always working, you're always going, you're always moving, and there's so much on your plate right now that you're just becoming overwhelmed, and you're trying to figure out, how do I balance this? How do I move on? How do I move from here? All right, and working through that right now. For future energies, we have the Lovers, Eight of Swords, Queen of Swords, and the Sun. So I do feel that there's definitely positive energy coming in for you. There could be a new relationship that's coming in for you. So maybe right now you're spending a lot of time at work. Maybe you're single and you're spending a lot of time at work, and you're doing so much work that you really have no time for your personal life, okay? And you're like, okay, how do I change that up? It could also be about working on your relationship. If you are in a current relationship, maybe you're so busy doing other things that you're like, okay, I need to spend more time on my relationship and have that connection. We have the Eight of Swords. It's holding yourself back, but it also can represent not making a move until you're ready to make a move, which was the King of Wands energy, is kind of thinking about something before you make a move about something. Maybe there's something going on within your relationship that upsets you, that you are kind of focusing on that negative. You're focusing on what happened. You're like, your mind is just like swarming and filled with this disappointment and this frustration, and you're irritated and you're mad, and you're like, that's all you can see. Like, you're seeing red. Like, all you can do is think about this thing that bothered you, that your partner did, that happened. Or it could be, you know, if you're single, it's past relationships, and you're like, well, I know I'm going to get hurt, and I was hurt so many times before, and you're like staying in that past relationship energy, but it's time for you to turn around and to focus on new relationships. If you're in a current relationship, it's time to turn around and let that go. How can you work through that? How can you get past this swirling in your head that you keep focusing on this irritation or this problem that happened, these three spilt cups, whatever that represents for you? How can you balance that out to where you're not focusing on that all the time and figuring out that solution? Maybe something happened, and it's like, before you respond, you know, sometimes it's that, sometimes people will say something and then you just say something back and you're like, oh, as it's coming out of your mouth, you're like, oh, why did I say that? Like, I can't take that back. if something is happening between the two of you, maybe it's about taking that time and saying, hey, I just need some time to myself to sort through my thoughts and figure out what it is that I want to do before I move forward. So that way there's nothing that you regret, that you are confident in whatever it is that you decide to do, that within this relationship, you're like, okay, I feel confident in the words that I want to say. You kind of get through that anger, you get through that hurt, you kind of process that yourself, and then you're ready to speak on it. You know, just, I feel like it's just watch your words, being careful what you say, okay, within a situation. Or it could be sorting through this before you start a new relationship. Don't jump into a new relationship. Maybe you just had a breakup. Maybe you just broke up with someone, you know, and you're like, oh, I just want to get in another relationship so I don't have to think about this one, you know, and having that rebound relationship. But I feel, everyone has their own opinion, I feel that people need that time to themselves to sort through and work through and face that pain and that anger and that hurt and that frustration, and to see what went wrong in that relationship, see what part you played in it, see what part they played into it, so that your next relationship, it doesn't go down the same path. Do you have a relationship pattern where you're always picking the same people? And you're like, well, I keep ending up in the same situation. Well, look at your relationship patterns. Are you picking the same type of person? Because you're in this energy where you never worked through those things, those Three of Cups. You never worked through that. You never let it go. You never saw, you know, what that energy was that you were staying in. And it's not fair, I feel, if you don't take that time to yourself and work through that, that it's not fair to only you, but that other person also, because that's kind of giving that person false hope that they're going to be in a lasting relationship, when you know you haven't even gotten through the stuff that your past relationship, that you're bringing in a lot of baggage. I mean, we all bring baggage into relationships. I understand that. But maybe you're bringing in that fresh baggage where it's like, you know that you're just with this new person because you don't want to deal with this Three of Cups with the last relationship. And to me, I feel that's not a good thing. And I feel like maybe it's taking that time before you get into a new relationship to work through this stuff, to get that, to release that. Because it's almost like if you're in that energy where you're just having all these rebound relationships, sometimes you attract that same kind of relationship. And maybe that other person is just working through those rebound relationships too. And then it's like you're both bringing all of this baggage into this relationship. So it's going to be a toxic relationship. And it's going to add on to it. And so you're going to even have more cups, these Three of Cups is just going to continually be there because you haven't worked through that and you keep staying in that energy. Sometimes that's a hard thing to look at. And yes, it's hard to be by yourself and to work through that. And it's scary. But maybe it's about thinking about that before you jump into a new relationship. Are you really ready for a new relationship? Are you ready to talk about it within a current relationship, about what it is you need to talk about and what's really bothering you? Seven of Wands. Are you ready to do the work? Are you ready to face things? Are you ready to rise above this situation and this energy, okay? Are you ready to embrace this Ace of Swords, okay? We have the Six of Cups and we have the Three of Swords. That heartbreak, okay? We've got the heart with the sword through it. That heartbreak, that hurt. Are you ready to face this? Is this a relationship that you've been in for a long time? Is there some energies from your past? From your past or from your childhood that you haven't worked through? Is there hurt and heartbreak from your childhood or your past that you haven't worked through? And that's what I was just saying. That in order for you to embrace this Ace of Swords, this new beginning, is that there are some things that you need to work through first, this energy right now. Maybe you're working through it. Maybe you realize, okay, yeah, I got to work through that before I move forward. And like I said, that's tough energy, but rising above the situation and seeing what are those things that you need to deal with, that you need to work with. King of Wands again, okay? Being patient, thinking about things, being wise, being knowledgeable, okay? Thinking about, okay, really facing that fact, that energy of what you have going on and knowing, okay, yeah, there's some things I got to deal with. Yeah, there's some relationship patterns that I'm having that are not healthy for me. And why am I picking that person? Why am I picking these relationships? Why am I putting myself in these relationships? Why am I doing that? All right. Three of Cups. So this kind of has a couple different meanings for me. Three of Cups can represent a third-party situation or other people involved. And like I was saying, that maybe you're not over this relationship, but you want to start a new relationship and add to that. Add more people, more relationships to the problems instead of working through it, okay? It also can represent happiness, finding happiness in that balance of different areas of your life, of finding that balance of first finishing one relationship, working through it, getting rid of that energy and moving on before you start another one. All right, we have the Lovers here. Could be a new relationship, a reconciliation in a relationship. Maybe it's somebody that's coming back into your life, but you have to clear the past energy first. A new start, okay? We have new start, and we also have the Fool, which is on the sale here. So that new beginning, that new start, just like I was saying, a reconciliation could be somebody from your past that is coming back in. But did you let go of all this first before this start? This also could represent that looking towards the future, that you are picking a different partner for you, that you have realized these relationship patterns and you don't want to do that again. It could also be that you have realized that you want a relationship that is stronger and more lasting, or you want change within a current relationship, that you don't want to be in this energy that you did before, that you want to move past that. Queen of Wands, okay? Queen of Wands is determination, motivation, manifesting, taking things into control, not dealing with negative stuff. She's like, yeah, I'm not dealing with that anymore. I'm not dealing with bad relationships. I'm not dealing with relationships that don't make me happy. Kind of embracing her energy and saying, I'm not dealing with it, okay? I want to, having that fiery, passionate, good relationship, wanting that excitement. Eight of Swords, waiting until it's the right relationship for you, not holding yourself back within a relationship, and not expressing yourself in a relationship, and not letting the other person know how you're feeling or what those needs are that you need within a relationship. 10 of Wands, not taking it anymore, not dealing with it anymore, seeing clearly now that you know what you want and what you don't want. Taking things into your own hands, taking control of it. And this also, 5 of Pentacles also represents a temporary hardship, that this is just temporary, okay? But I feel like it's embracing change, wanting that change, wanting better things for yourself within relationships, but also knowing that there's work that you need to do. All right. 10 of Swords, love it. Just 10s are completions, okay? 10 of Swords and 10 of Wands. It's no longer a burden on your back. You're no longer worrying about it, no longer dealing with it. Letting go of those, I want to say demons. That's what came to mind. Letting go of those, that heaviness, okay? Not feeling tied, your hands are tied behind your back, that you can't make a move, that you can't move forward, all right? Thinking about what are those things where you can release those. 10s are completions. Let it go, let it go, let it go. I feel like there's definitely a beautiful new relationship heading in for you. A positive relationship, because you have the clarity about what it is that you want and what you don't want, but you have also done this work up here. Because if you make that choice to get into a new relationship before you've even processed your last relationship, then the only one that you can be angry at is yourself, because you didn't give yourself the time to work on things, okay? You weren't giving yourself the time you needed to work through and process things. And you can't be angry at the other person. Sometimes some of us are fortunate enough to find that person who really can help us to move forward, that can help us to release past relationships, that will hang in there, that will be by our side, that will kind of deal with our ugliness and our struggles and will support us. I have never been that fortunate, but there are people who are able to do that, you know, that are find that person. But I feel that for a lot of us, it is about, if we just jump into another relationship, it just creates more problems. But being able to recognize that and release that first before we move forward. All right, I'm kind of feeling like one of my crystal cards. Thinking maybe these two kind of want to come out. So we have Lazulite, Cosmic Serenity, Peace. The cosmic forces are at play with Lazulite, bringing serenity, peace, and tranquility to anyone who crosses paths with the stone. Lazulite comes from the Arabic word lazaward, meaning sky or heaven, and referring to the sky blue color of the stone's surface. It stimulates the third eye, drawing out psychic and intuitive abilities and dispelling worry, anxiety, and stress to promote a clear state of mind. So I feel like that also represents the King of Wands here, a clear state of mind, knowing what it is that you need to face, you need to deal with before you move forward, having that clarity, okay? Use Lazulite when you need extra strength to heal addictive habits and to give yourself that inner peace against personal demons. And that's exactly what I was saying up here, is to give yourself that strength to heal addictive habits. Are you always picking the same type of person, that you keep going around in that circle? You know, that you want to break that habit, you want to break that cycle, to be strong, to want better for yourself, okay? And to have that inner peace against your personal demons and saying you only deserve these sort of horrible relationships that are not fulfilling, and to want better for yourself, okay? Gemini, Sagittarius, and Jupiter. That was that card there. Very pretty. I like that one. Very pretty. All right, that was Lazulite. And then we have this one, which is Calcite. Amplify, cleanse, and open. Double trouble. Calcite has a unique optical quality. When you are looking through the stone, it appears doubled. Calcite can amplify energy for higher awareness and healing, pairing well with other crystals and taking on their attributes. I can't say that word. Okay, to increase their metaphysical abilities. A powerful dissolver, calcite transforms negative energies for release and renewal. Again, releasing this energy, okay? It also aligns the chakras, cleansing the aura of toxicity and renewing energy flow. Calcite reminds you that there is always a new beginning. You just have to decide when to start. Cancer, Venus, okay? Deciding when you want to start, deciding when you want to let this energy go, deciding when you want better for yourself, deciding when you're ready to take control, and deciding when you want to embrace this Ten of Wands and these Ten of Swords, to let go of those energies. It's up to you. All right. Thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.